Okay, this is exactly what I'm talking about. Progressing in the direction that I'm progressing, and as I start recording showing you a takeoff over houses, they start turning. There is nothing that's at the airport. There's flying miles from the airport, maintaining ongoing systematic surveillance through the airlines at the Ontario International Airport. All right, this is a molestation, and I'm documenting these license plates. I'm going to include them in this video. This is a federal prison, okay? And this is the infamous Bethel congregation that is engaged in the pattern of conduct. As I walk on the sidewalk, the lights come on the patio area here. This is the same fake church that has the fake sun over me from morning until evening. This is the Ontario International Airport gang stalking CGL 1820 Washington. P.O.C. The entity flies over the top of my head by a smaller plane as well. This is criminal surveillance. This is the ghetto establishment that's never going to have any hit record. They're going down as vagina monitors and co-conspirators of murder. They're not going to be rappers. They're not going to be artists. And I'm also going to prosecute them. This is 601 North Euclid Avenue, gang stalking. They're not artists. They're not MCs. Okay, they're not even talented. 9MHE 950. This is P.O.C. And they are pulling up with license plate 9 Robert Thomas Apple 789 using the alarms as a means of monitoring. They're doing so with the Ontario International Airport that's stalking at I Street. Okay, so I just want to be clear, there's not a series of airports all along up Euclid Avenue, so you are necessarily going north and south to be in alignment with me to then engage in what is flying west, okay? This is P.O.C. This is where they're coming from, 602, talking with the Ontario International. All right, P.O.C. All right, this is what they're doing at the 10 freeway. Okay, so they're flying miles away. This is a very simple system, and this is what the Ontario International Airport is sharing. It's stalking on the opposite side while I'm on I Street. This is terrorism. It's domestic terrorism. It's gang violence. And by the way, like I stated, all they do is put on scrubs and go pace around me like psychopaths who are unfit to be in the medical field. And they are not staying in the medical field. This is how they engage in criminal defamation. This is the system that they operate. And I want to be clear, they're demons. You'll see, the entity is gang stalking at what is F Street, F as in Frank. I'm documenting them gang stalking flying over me at Chaffee High School. They're gang stalking while I'm at I Street. This is the entity that's gang stalking while I'm at Hawthorne. They're doing so while you're looking at UPS, Southwest Airlines, while I'm at the 10 freeway. All right? Never mind the entity that's hovering over Woodside Senior Apartments, which is down G Street. Okay? But this is the entity that is engaging in what is blatant. And admittedly, engaging in terrorism is under no circumstances going to help you in the federal case. Utilizing terrorism to get away with inheritance theft, which is what the city of Ontario has committed in concert with the people of the state. The people of the state are violent sex offenders. These are murderers. They play church. They play cops and robbers. They play family, like the nuclear, they're demons. Okay? This is a demon-possessed society, and this is a corrupt society, and they are, okay? This is called stalking in the path. This has nothing to do with what would be taking off from the airport and maintaining a flight from the airport to an actual destination. I am the goal. I am the target. Okay? This is P.O.C. It is currently where Lockout Studios is documented as gang stalkers. They're not artists. Okay? Again, this is 602 North Euclid Avenue, and this is 536 North Euclid Avenue. The infamous documentation, the Ontario and the Ontario International Airport right here. Why are they not flying on the opposite side of that bus bench? Because I am north of that bus bench, and they remain on the south side of my person. So that's why they have that progression beyond the bus bench. When I'm at that bus bench where the fake sun rises and sets, they are maintaining planes over the church, over the storefronts at Euclid and F Street. And that there is no sunrise at the bus stop while the entity has a fake sun remaining over where Marcelo Blanco is putting himself on the map with regard to being a terrorist leader in the United States, where the city of Upland is gang stalking at the Upland Public Library, and so on, and so on, and so forth with the P.O.C. Alrighty, this is the entity that's engaged in that. I just want to be clear. The level of blatant criminal conduct that the government knows is being documented is because this act of desperation, this lawlessness, the government willingly committed before the world because they would rather go down for terrorism for not, okay? Rather than you to know that they maintain an entire elaborate system, which you already knew this was inevitable, an entire elaborate system regarding theft from American citizens that they target with regard to any sort of criminal purpose, even if it's just because you're a Christian, you're a born-again Christian and you believe in Christ Jesus. The demon-possessed will target you, focus on you because of that. They're demons. But the entity is maintaining a system. And they literally, these are the ignoramuses that give me thousands of videos of you stalking me as a police department, as a fire department, as an ambulance company. And then you think that they don't look like stalkers inside of the library with scrubs on? They're delusional. This system committed inheritance theft, and Tracy Banks is at the top of the list. She's going to prison. And all of her idiotic co-defendants are going with her. This is P.O.C. There's nothing elite. There's nothing genius. There's nothing sophisticated or even remotely intelligent about this. It's black and white stalking, which is what demons are. They're stalkers. P.O.C.